waterproof silicone for building things, I feel like I can build anything I want as long as I have that waterproof silicone.
Giant rubber twisties, and I'm really sad I don't have one to show you right now, but I'll put a link in the description. But these things are phenomenal. They're just big rubber twisties, just as they sound like they would be. And the reason they're so amazing is that I can fasten things on the fly, effortlessly and temporarily, and they're reusable, and they have really good shelf life. I mean, we beat the crap out of these things in the field, and we'll get probably dozens of deployments. We're often using these to fasten video cameras to scaffolding, which we then use to follow coral reef fish around. And it's really cool to just twist them on and twist them off. They're super awesome, and I think they can be used for all kinds of stuff. I also learned that doing field work, they can also be improvisational hooks for clothes, so that you can hang your clothes from like light fixtures and doors so they can dry out, which is really important when you're working in the tropics.
I love masking tape. I use it for everything when I'm doing field work. Even I use it a few times to fix a flower that I accidentally broke before running my experiments.
I can do anything with tape. I've built entire experimental setups pretty much out of tape and cardboard, maybe some tinfoil, but the tape is definitely the essential element.
Check out the tape. See, you can do anything with tape.
A digital calendar. This sounds really silly, but when I was in graduate school, I really only used my calendar for a few personal things. But now that I'm a postdoc and I'm taking some more responsibilities, and I also have to try and find meeting times with several different people, having a digital calendar, especially one that can be accessed by other colleagues, is super crucial and super important to my daily success.
One item that I refuse to go into the field without, that I cannot do my research without, if I'm doing intensive diving, a lot of snorkeling, being in the water all the time, Gold Bond. Like the green stuff, not the yellow original. You need to get the extra strength anti-itch Gold Bond, because you're gonna get jellyfish are gonna sting you, the water's gonna be awful, and you're gonna be sticky in a wetsuit all day. So Gold Bond is amazing.
If you want to be an oceanographer, you have to have a good cooler. It can't be too big of a cooler, because then it's going to be too heavy. If it has wheels or a retractable handle, even better. But as a chemical oceanographer, I have to ship all of my samples from an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, or maybe I'm somewhere in the Eastern Atlantic Ocean. I have to get my samples back home to the lab, and they have to stay frozen. So having a really good cooler is very important for my job.
A pocket calculator, because I am really bad at my times tables. So it is always very comforting to me to be able to pull out my pocket calculator and double check that my math is all correct before I go ahead and like pipette all of these liquids and do whatever. Or when I'm like double checking that I have all of my notes for my specimens in the field. So helpful to have a pocket calculator. Pocket calculator. I will be your advertiser forever.
Oh, you know those produce bags, the reusable produce bags that are the mesh ones, so you don't use a plastic bag when you go to the grocery store? So I use those like crazy. I think I have almost 150 of those. So that's a really unexpected ones. Those drawstring ones that are supposed to be, yeah, that would be it. The reusable produce bags.
I find it hard to do research without pen and paper. It doesn't really seem to matter how advanced we get electronically. Nothing seems to be able to capture your thoughts and your ideas as well as pen and paper.
One of my most amazing tools that I use as a researcher is the Control-Z combination, the undo button. Whether it's working on a Word document or working in PowerPoint or Excel or doing emails, I use the Control-Z undo button all the time. And sometimes even if I'm in the field and I do something stupid, I try to say Control-Z, Control-Z, so that I go back 1 minute to not do that stupid thing that I just did.